Yes, today is March 4, 2026, and the current time is 1928. We apologize for the delay and for tomorrow's cancelled broadcast. Recent events in the world have required the Institute's administratum to congregate for multiple strategic planning meetings to determine the best path forward. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Oh my goodness, we're alive. Hello, Carmen. How are all of you doing? Hey, remember that game called Hearts of Iron 4 that we play maybe once in a blue moon when I remember this game exists? Hey, we're playing it again because I haven't played it in a while, and I decided it'd be kind of fun to replay the game. It's been quite some time, and I figured why not enjoy a nice cup of anime World War II nonsense this evening. So, that's what we're doing. I'm literally booting up the game right now. I had to close Steam to try and force the game to more or less reboot, or force Steam to stop verifying the game, which was really annoying. I didn't realize it actually did that, so that's what we're doing. It's working, I hope. I was trying to load a mod earlier, and apparently the game was not very happy with it, so it went explodey and all that jazz. So that's why. How are all of you doing, though, comrades? Hello there, Xanth, and congrats to, I guess, Xanth for being first also, who may or may not have committed some traffic violations. Also, Zeoposer and Infidave and Umi. I think that's everyone who said anything. And Kefir as well. And we haven't played this in a while, huh? But I do enjoy my World War II funny map painters. So I figured, why not play some funny map painters, right? I think it's a great time. I also may or may not be a little sleepy because I basically did not get that much sleep. I am functioning on fumes, more or less. If you want to know, I had a long day. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because I was messing around with my Steam Deck. And then so I had no choice but to come home. I also had to run a bunch of errands, so that's why. And to anyone who's saying, you know, safety for family, trust me, I appreciate it. I'll explain about it maybe in a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not a big deal for me right now. Well, I guess it is a big deal, but it's like, well, I'll explain at some point, maybe. It's a little too much personal details, that's why I don't want to talk about it too much. You're definitely not building postal office cult in the Minecraft server. Are there other people playing on the Minecraft server aside from you, Xanth? By the way, we haven't played this in a while, so the question is, what country are we playing today? We could try out the new Japan tree again. We could do the funny Philippines playthrough, except this is not an anime girl. There's also all the funny Chinas. There's like so many Chinas that you could try to play as. You think I should play as Japan? But Japan doesn't have cute anime girls because I guess Road to 56, or the Road to Anime mod, which is what I'm using, has not updated for cool anime portraits yet, which is a little bit of a shame. Hello, Grimo, how are you? I love that little dino dancing emote. Didn't they like try to get rid of it and change it to another dino emote, and like no one was really happy? Basically, anyone that wasn't in the new DLC has a cool anime portrait, so Manchuria, the New Japan doesn't because they didn't give one for Keisuke Okada, but I'm pretty sure all the other ones might have one. There is the Republic of China. There's the Shanxi clique. A bunch of the other cliques have them. We're not gonna do the Philippines because the Philippines is really funny and I don't really want to suffer in the Philippine land. Who's Spain? Spain is led by, I'm pretty sure that's a girl from Idol Masters. Kayako, I think her name is. I don't know why I remember that specifically. I don't know why that information is lodged in my head. How are you, Havel? Hopefully you're having a good evening. So, let's see. What do we want to play today? We could play as the tiny little nation of the Principality of Andorra. That seems a little dumb. I tried to edit the dino and got complaints that they said keep the old one. You know, that makes a lot of sense. People like things and then they don't want it to change ever once they're kind of committed to it, so I can see why. Let's see. So, what are we feeling today? Do we want to be in Europe or do we want to be in Asia? Do we want to be stuck in Asian land, playing as Japan? I don't think we're gonna do China. Every time I do a China run, I just complain because it's just constant suffering. I think actually, like, Republic of China is probably like the hardest run in the game now, which is so funny. So I really don't want to do Republic of China. I could do the India... Do I really want to do India runs? God, I hate India. I don't want to do the India runs. Oh, they're so cursed. And you'll never become a major power. You're just like a... Okay, I was about to say a lot of words that were out of context would have sounded incredibly racist. So maybe I shouldn't say those words without the context of HOI4. I was about to say, like, okay, wait a second. These words out of context would... Philippines is such a boring run. I'm not even joking. I've done Fortress Philippines and it's such a boring playthrough. I guess we could do the Philippines run and then, I don't know, I guess we help... Sure, why not? Alright, we'll do the Philippines run, the Filipino experience. There's a monarchist Filipino route? Is that a thing? Unfortunately, we don't get cute anime girls, which is like my biggest complaint. You know what I mean? Hello, Flaving. Are you having good evening? What do you mean? Like, the only reason... The reverse colonization, we're taking over the anime girls? What do you mean? Is that what we're doing now? I guess this is what's happening. Yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second. Alright, we're going to Road 56. Take Spain, Cuba, Mexico, and then that's it. Wait, let me see what my focus tree looks like. I think all my generals are also just dudes. Wait. No! Oh, wait, hold on. We get one anime girl. We get one anime girl in a sea of other dudes. Okay, maybe this run can be saved. Okay, so I don't remember how to play the Philippines. I don't remember how this focus tree works. Basically, your choices are: do you want to help the US and become Fortress Philippines, or do you want to go full communisto and, I don't know, do some stuff with that, or would you like to go let's see here. Hispanic overtures, War of Independence, fight against the US and become free. Let's see. I've been trying to play HOI4 with a friend, but he's not online on Steam. Your friend is probably just asleep or something. That would be my guess. Yeah, I remember doing the Philippines run, and I'm like, democracy's fine. There's not... You could be, like, full conquistador if you go down this route. Elections overturned, slippery slope. You assassinate Quezon. Scramble for leaders, secure the Japanese guarantees. War of Independence. And then just defend against the Americans, and then you can become either the Second Republic or the Reino de Filipinas, which will allow you to... But you have to go down this route, and then this is a monarchist route. Okay. The Navy King Juan III. I feel like doing this run is just pain, but maybe should we give it a shot, or should we try another country? What do the people think? How about that? Let's ask that question. What do you, the dear comrades, desire to see? Philippines or something else? Other options of note include... I'm not touching India. I'm sorry. I refuse. Iran has a focus tree. Actually got a pretty big focus tree. There is the UK. I guess Ray did say the Philippines, so maybe we just do the Philippines. All right, why don't we try this? Why don't we try doing the Philippines, and we'll try to do Hispanidad Filipina, and let's try to War of Independence and become the Reino de Filipinas and become a monarchist country. I think that's correct. War for the Oceans, and then we'll try to claim, I guess, Madagascar and the Pacific Islands, all these other ones. Maybe we should make this what if we do this ahistorical? Maybe ahistorical would be a little easier. It'll be a little bit more chaotic, but we'll try it. Hello, Rachel, how are you? Yeah, I think we'll try that. We'll try ahistoric. I think it'll be more amusing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think we're invading Japan anytime soon. I think we'll get our booties kicked. All right. So we're gonna go to the Philippines. We're gonna turn off historical AI prioritization, and we'll keep Iron Man mode off because I am a coward and I don't want to deal with Iron Man mode. Let's do this. Also, I'm gonna change the stream title on YouTube real quick to more accurately reflect what the heck we're doing. The Pinoy experience. Almost. All right, here we go. So what do? So for usual things in Hearts of Honor. I almost called this For Honor for a second. I was like, that's not right. Do I want to do any of these? Most of these are not really anything I want. National Defense Act. Oh my gosh, this thing takes 35 days. Oh shoot. Okay, so we can't do that. So offshore patrol gets us dockyards. Commonwealth. So basically, if I do this route, I will align myself with the USA. Is there any reason I would want to do these right now? Not particularly. I guess if you do bring in Eisenhower and you go down Police Chief Eisenhower, he'd stay forever, but is that really worth it? Probably not. I think we'll just do this. We'll just do align with Japan, and then we'll push our way towards rebuild whatever this is. All right, that's fine. This is probably a very normal playthrough. For Honor starts of Iron 4. Listen, I was playing some For Honor, and I probably want to play some For Honor tonight just because they brought back a really cool mode that I've been really enjoying, where it's like a 1v1v1, a three-way free-for-all, which is a mode that they only bring in very rarely as like an event thing, which is really dumb. They just need to make it a permanent thing. I actually like For Honor's lore, but playing For Honor makes me incredibly frustrated. So there's no winning when it comes to the funny sword game. It's just suffering all the way down, so just keep that in mind. We do not have a single boat researched. Oh, these divisions are awful. All right, great. That's right. I guess we are technically not a very fun country to be in at this point in time, so I guess we'll try our best, but I'm not looking forward to this. This is gonna go very poorly. So, anyways, how have you been? Again, I apologize that I can't stream tomorrow. Basically, there are family members who may or may not be being summoned for participation in the current events, and that is why I cannot stream tomorrow. So it's very interesting times we live in today. You're streaming the server yesterday and you got fatal encoding error. You love OBS. OBS is a very, I don't know what you did, but OBS normally is fine. So I'm just gonna blame you that you broke something on your end. The server is perfectly fine too. I haven't had it. I think it's been fine. It reboots every night. Honestly, I might requisition the server temporarily for like a multiplayer Zomboid at some point, because I think that'd be kind of fun, but I haven't decided when or if I'm gonna do that. Better than being summoned to court? Oh yeah, absolutely better than being summoned to court. Better to be summoned for that, I guess, because at least you'll still be fed. All right, Commonwealth of the Philippines. Now we're gonna align with Japan, which will try to reduce our Great Depression penalties, because we are apparently incredibly depressed. There's always something, I don't know what it is, but the Philippines is like, I remember reading somewhere, like the most terminally online country in the world. That's why if you ever look up like VTubers, there's a very, very high chance that if they speak perfectly fine English, but you sense just a smidge of a accent in there, there's like a 99% chance that they're probably Filipino. Whether or not that's a good or bad thing is entirely up to your self-interpretation, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Filipinos out there on the internet. You gotta watch out, you know? You never know. They could be your neighbor. They could be your friends. They could be the very VTuber you're watching. You gotta watch out. You never know what they're up to. They'll be offering you hot dogs and rice, and before you know it, you're coming over every other week so you can keep eating their spaghetti or their pancit or their lumpia or their barbecue. So many different things. Plus, side you have a created supply for everything through bees. Ah, yes, you've gone through the infinite bee route. You doubt it's your neighbor? Do you doubt? Why do you doubt it's your neighbor? Is it because it's you? Actually, it's really funny. I was talking to another VTuber the other day. I thought they were Filipino the whole time. And then they were like, no, I'm not Filipino. They were like, I think Singaporean or Malaysian or something. And I was like, oh, I completely pegged it wrong. Because they were making like Filipino references. So I was like, oh, jeez. Yeah. It was very amusing. Your stepmom's Filipino, and so is your coworker you carpool with. Well, how do they feed you? They Filipinos always feed other people. It's very funny. What do you mean, oh? What are we doing? What do you mean, oh? Don't live in the Philippines? Oh, that's what you think. That's what you think. If you live in like a California or Illinois or I think those two like suburbs, you are probably living near a Filipino. Okay, so we can choose one of these. I think we're gonna leverage the peso, which will give us the Japanese aligned ideology. The Americans aren't gonna like us very much, but this will hopefully give us the power we need to survive the oncoming onslaught. By the way, the first thing I'm gonna do once I get enough PP is we're going to hire a general so we can start farming experience points. I think I'll just take this guy right now. I'd rather have the points early. Yes. What's wrong, Infinite? If you don't like the Philippines, we're doing it as suggested. We will become the great Philippine army defending against the Americans, and then we will take over and become rulers of this entire area as we take over the Dutch East Indies, British Malaya, and Australia. You know, 10 people on Twitch who know their neighbors? Probably. I don't talk to my neighbors. Does it have X100 speed? What do you mean? This game doesn't have X100 speed. Can you imagine? HOI4 X100 speed. I saw there's a YouTube series of a guy who's playing what's it called? HOI4, but like one in-game day every day. And I was like, this man is here for like a 7-year adventure, and it's gonna take an eternity. I'm like, I guess if you're playing it like a daily login bonus for a gacha game, I guess if that's how you interpret it, maybe it's not as painful. But when I heard that, I was like, who willingly subjects themselves to this amount of pain and suffering? The world is mine. Like the song, like my Hatsune Miku's. This requires 105 days. I think we'll do that one when it's like 70 or 35 days. Okay, so we need to... Okay, so we can either bum rush down to Reino de Filipinas before the US can kind of get strong, or we can try to get our economy up and running as quickly as possible. So the main thing is that this thing is 105 days. Taking focus down the Align USA or Align Japan path. Lower it. We do need to go down this route, so when the Spanish Civil War kicks in, we're ready for that. What is that, 140 days? So maybe we just go down, rebuild Chaclenias, and then election overturn, and then Hispania Filipina will get us ready for that. Or we can just grab... I think we just grab this and get the Japanese industrial investment. I don't listen to gorillas. I don't listen to gorillas. I say the world is mine remix. You mean the one that was in that one movie, like Galactic Princess something? I remember people were talking about it, and I did hear it, and I linked it to Ray. I don't think we were very big fans of it, but it was kind of interesting in the sense that, well, it's different. You know, if you like it, more power to you. But it definitely wasn't my thing. It definitely wasn't my thing. I just don't like remixes that much. I usually just prefer the original version. There are some remixes that I absolutely just hate. Like if I really like a song and I start googling it on or start searching up on YouTube or something, and if I just get smacked with, say, dubstep remixes, I'm gonna lose it. I hate that stuff so much. I'm like, no, I want the original. I don't want any of these weird techno beat remixes. Just give me the stupid song that I'm asking for. But so many times they're like, no, this is what people like. I'm like, no. Okay, so we need to make a new nation, the Pan-Malay Confederation, which means I need to take over all these countries, which is Dutch East Indies, basically all of Indonesia. Oh, okay, the islands of Sumatra, Java, Borneo, Malaya, and Papua, and then we can become a new country. Dubstep. Daft Punk IMO was only good dubstep, and they broke up 10 years ago. I thought dubstep... Would you say Daft Punk is dubstep? I would call them just more electric music. Yeah. Fast. This is Nightcore. I don't like Nightcore either. Nightcore drives me crazy. I think there was a point where I might have enjoyed Nightcore, but I definitely don't enjoy Nightcore nowadays. There was also a point where I was into kind of dubstep. My friend introduced me to that one... What was that one person? Skrillex like a long time ago, and I was like, this is actually not bad. And then nowadays, if I listen to Skrillex, I'm like, please, my ears are being destroyed. I would like to listen to literally anything else. So it's kind of that level of you have to pick and choose what you're willing to listen to. Oh gosh, we don't know how to make trains. I guess we're gonna... Is trains anywhere on our focus tree? No, so we actually... Okay, so we actually have to research trains. That's really funny. Oh, we actually have a new mill. Alright, so the new mill is gonna go into, I think, artillery guns. Just we have some artillery guns, and maybe we should make a civvy instead of a mill. I don't know if we're gonna have enough factories for this, but we'll try. What the heck is Night Phone? It's another weird song that your kids are into nowadays. Okay, so we'll overturn the 1935 election to get rid of Manuel Quezon. And then this will push us on the path of becoming a little bit more, for lack of better terms, monarchist. This is basically a monarchist Filipino run. I don't know how we ended up on this path, but this is what we're doing now. We'll also spend the points to quickly grab... I would like to grab one of these political advisors, but maybe grabbing... It might not be a bad idea to quickly grab either the Manila Railway Company or South Seas Development. South Seas Development immediately gets me 20% industrial research, which is actually not bad. I think that's okay. We'll grab that. I like peak 2010 Saturday Night songs. I mean, what's the other thing too? Doesn't TikTok call it like sped up version now? Like if you type in a song, it's no longer Nightcore, it's speed up version, which is probably even more insulting. It's like, this is not the, you know, what's a good song? Like Daddy Daddy Do. It's no longer Nightcore. It's now called Speed Up. Kids these days will never know what it used to actually be called because they've been brain rotted by social media. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah. Kids these days have ADHD. They sure do. Kids these days are absolutely brain rotted. Okay. We're getting closer and closer doing what we want. This music is also like super calming. I would like more dramatic music. Partido Republicano holds a rally. Good for them. Fantastic. We're trying to not be democratic anymore. Tried Ground of Aces. Pretty punching your storage gets bombed. What is Ground of Aces? Ground of Aces? Oh, yeah, I remember you linked this game. I actually want to try this. It actually looks really cool. I love base builders, and this one's like, oh, you command a military airbase in World War II? Sounds like my type of game. I am waiting for I'm waiting for that parking lot simulator to come out. You know what I'm talking about? That parking lot tycoon game? That thing's been on my radar for so long, and I really want to play it because it sounds super silly. Okay, so then... Now we don't do these for a while. I don't think we get these right now. I think we're just gonna go continue down the economic route for the time being. So just a trade agreement with the Japanese. We'll do that later. Let's do one. We gotta go down these routes a little bit. Let's see. Quezon City gets us more civies. It gets me more PP. Construction speed is pretty solid. Leverage of the peso goes down, which is probably correct. Yeah, I think we do this one. I need to reduce the time on the military ramp up. What was the girl from the NK manga? The North Korean manga? Wait, what? Is there a North Korean manga now? No. So, okay, hold on. There's a game. Let me see if I can find it. It's actually wishlisted on Steam for me because I've been like looking forward to it. Let me see if I can find it. It is actually called Car Park Capital, which it's supposed to come out at some point. The guy's been apparently hard at work, but it's basically a comedy version of a... You remember like those old games by Microprose and stuff like that? Like, let me see if I can just pull it up on screen. Probably easier that way. Or like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Imagine that, but it's a game about parking lots. Like, I'm not even joking. Look at this thing. It's called Car Park Capital. It is this giant parody of American consumerism and American, you know, car culture. And you even can make, apparently you can even now create your, dig for oil, which I didn't know. That must be a very new thing that they've added. So I'm really excited for this because it seems so stupid, but it's like right up my alley. I'm a sucker for games like that. All right, we're researching things. Let's see. We have the industry research speed up, so I think we're just gonna abuse that. Let's go straight for construction 2. There we go. And then now we have trains. We can probably make a few trains. Okay, we've overturned the election. The ruling party will now be the Partido Pambansang Socialista, which means it's this dude. Oh my god. Why does he look that way? Interesting. Alright then. He's authoritarian, is what he is specifically. And then we're gonna go down. We'll grab this first industry and we'll be fine. Man's a Minecraft avatar. You know what? You're so. Oh my god, he's a villager. It's because his head is so square. You're so right. He is really a Minecraft villager. Minecraft villager core. Give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. And then new fiscal policy. So this drops it down to, what, 105 days? I thought we'd drop it further. Oh, wait, these will reduce the time needed for some of these focuses. Got it. Okay, so if you take these will reduce the amount of time you need for national defense. So we actually need to get these, but we have to basically rip through a bunch of these trees. Let's quickly see if there's a way we can just grab more stuff. More civies would be pretty good. Let's increase our opinion with Japan. We're still waiting for the the Spanish Civil War kicked off. Hold on, never mind. Just kidding, Lamau. We're doing something else. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go Hispanidad de Filipina, and then try to join the Spanish Civil War. So I don't think our divisions are gonna be very good, but you know, they'll try. They're not very good, and we don't even have a full commander. But you know what? This one, vigorous and caring leader. Of course, the anime girl is a caring leader. She gets to be the field marshal. And then this guy gets to be the commander for that. That's fine. I haven't played Minecraft in a hot minute. Maybe one day I'll play Minecraft again, but I'm too busy playing other things. I actually brought my Steam Deck to work, and I played Rabbit and Steel on my lunch break because Rabbit and Steel is a really cool game, and I highly recommend it to everyone if you ever get a chance to play it. I am probably going to go install Final Fantasy 14 on it now, because I found out you can install 14 with 14 launcher. I'm not going to play with... I don't need all my mods on the console, on the Steam Deck. I just need it to function enough so I can go, like, mine minerals and farm logs while I'm doing other things. You know what I mean? Alright, volunteers in the Spanish War. Nationalists are fighting for Catholic values, or Republicans are fighting for freedom. Okay, so we have to choose which one we're fighting for. We want to fight for the Nationalists or for the Republicans. The Republicans are the Democrat, Communists, and then the Nationalists are the other ones. We're gonna go join the Nationalists. So we'll do that, and then... I don't think we need most of these right now. These are probably unnecessary. I do need to grab the National Defense Act at some point, but I'm going to skip that until I can get this tree taken care of first. Let's do modify the Great Depression by agricultural migrants to Hawaii. So we're going to send some Filipinos to Hawaii so they can get some education. And then these guys, we're going to send volunteers. How many volunteers am I allowed to send to the Spanish? Probably 2. I'm allowed 1 single volunteer. Alrighty. Who are we sending? Let's see. This unit is... Alright, this is the only one. The first Philippine scouts are going to be the only one that's valid. And they will be sent in by... Let's see. This man. And who wants to lead this army group that's going to Spain? I will give this army to you if you desire it. Let's see. You want it? Sure. The opposers expeditionary force. All right, and we're gonna send you over to Spain, where it's pain. Good luck. Send volunteers. You go. We don't have any planes, right? I don't think I have a single plane. It's gonna take a little bit until they arrive. I wouldn't say you're gonna die, but you're definitely gonna struggle a little bit. We don't have a very good army, is the best way to describe it. But I will at least take... Oh no, we're waiting. Actually, wait, how many penalties do we have for our army? We might actually have a lot of penalties. I guess it's not that bad. We're probably okay. All right, here we go. Hello, Nahil. Invade the Raj. We're not gonna invade the Raj. I did not want to play India.
Yes, sir.
All right, here is the opposer's army group. There is a single group. We're gonna have you attack Bilbao, or I don't know. You could call it Bibu. If you wanna be like a nerd and make VTuber references. There we go.
Move out.
Okay, never mind. You're not gonna win if you fight. If you try fighting, you're gonna lose. You didn't play the Raj. You said invade the Raj. We could invade the Raj. I don't really want to invade the Raj, but it is an option. Oh my gosh, this recovery is so bad. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can have them join in any of these fights. We're just gonna move them around a little bit. I need the opposer's army group to get attacked. That way they can get stronger. Every second of fighting just gives them more experience, makes them more capable, and they will bring that education that they've learned back to the home islands. I'm also immediately moving to partial mobilization. Just so that we actually get more materials out of it. What is happening in the Middle East? Good God. So... The Army of the Holy War is rebelling against the British overlords. And also a country called Hagna is here too, and I have no idea what they are. Oh wait, it's this. Oh, this is Israel. But it's Communist Israel? I think that's what it is. And that's Communist Israel. Listen, we're talking about in the context of the current game, not in the context of current events, all right? Big difference. I would like to assume everyone here is at least smart enough to, you know, understand what we do in the game doesn't necessarily, you know, match up with what happens in real life. Right? You're all normal, right? We have the ability to separate fiction from reality. I hope. Actually, wow, this army group's actually getting really strong really quick. People understand nuance? Apparently not. I think nuance is dead. I'll put another mill there. I need another mill. And then, ooh, you know what? Why don't we grab... I don't know where this 35% like national fiscal policy is. We'll grab a excavation one. You only said hyperbole. Okay. All right then. All right, now we got that. We need to get a few more. We could also expand our navy. If we get offshore patrol, that will give us access to 2 dockyards. Well, the problem is we don't have any boats research, which is probably the biggest issue. Revolutionary regrets. Gives us bonus army reorganization gain. I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I think we need to get this anyways. We're not going to trigger War of Independence for a while. That's going to be a hot minute anyways. But if we can align ourselves with the Japanese, I think they'll at least help us out in the Great War to come. Assuming they don't flip into a weird ideology that I'm not familiar with. In fact, let's see what's going on with Japan. Alright, they've returned to the shogunate. Okay. I see. They went with the Kotoha faction route. Interesting. Speaking of games, I actually found out you can play this on... You can play this game on the Steam Deck, too. There's so many things you can play on the Steam Deck. Actually, Ray's been interested in, like, a small handheld console now, too, so maybe not the Steam Deck, because it's way too big for her, I think. But apparently there's another one called, like, the Ain Thor 3. And apparently it's a dual-screen, like, mobile gaming device that you can actually, say, emulate DS games, or you could just play a game on the bottom screen or top screen and do, like, YouTube on the other one. So a lot of choices. Yeah, he does have a Switch too. Oh, speaking of Switch, that new Pokemon game's coming out. If I had a Switch too, I think I would have bought Pokepia. It actually looks interesting. I am so intrigued by the concept of what's it called? I'm so intrigued by the concept of post-apocalyptic Kanto region. And I know some people who literally said that they didn't care too much about Pokepia until they heard it was a post-apocalyptic Pokemon world, and I was like, yeah, that's the only thing that makes it interesting to me. And I really want to know more about what's going on, so I'm kind of curious to see what the plot's gonna be. So we'll see if maybe Ray buys it or something. I don't know. Lot of choices here. Ditto copying trainer is weird. I mean, hey, you know what? Maybe the Ditto understands that Pokemon want a human around, and without that human, what are they but feral animals? Having a human around gives them some order and stability in their lives. Wow, that sounds vaguely cursed. Okay, so we need one of these. Basic welfare, subsidies, or reduce unnecessary expenditures. I think we'll do... Oh, we don't... Oh, we will get a research slot 140 days. That's later. Let's do basic welfare. I think that'll be fine. So I've been like checking my phone because I'm trying to sell a bunch of Magic the Gathering stuff that I don't want anymore. And you know, not everyone's willing to buy a bunch of cards. I just realized we have no metal. Does the Philippines just not have any steel at all? Is this country just like devoid of mineral? Okay, so we have a lot of... Okay, we have... Okay, we don't. We really need to take over the rest of this to get the rubber. Both on Philippines YouTube? Ah. Well, you know what? Maybe I will break the curse and I will actually succeed in our great run towards victory. I'm gonna slap down another civvy. And then... Let's see, what do I want here? We could go for better refining of metals. Oh, you know, let's get a boat. I think we're gonna need destroyers and submarines, probably. So we can either go... Ooh, Yokosuka Naval Arsenal, export ship manufacturer. I think we're gonna... Or we could get our own. The Compañía Maritima de Cebu. I think we'll do that. That seems fun. We'll use our own Filipino branded stuff in any game. Vic 3. Have you played Philippines Vic 3? I think I did it one time, and it was an interesting run, but I was like, this is pain. This is just all painful. How's our supply over here, by the way? Your Sea Opposers group has been kind of hanging around the whole time. Let's see, I think we're gonna have Sea Opposers army participate in the strike on these towns. Bilbao. You know what? Hold on. I would like to offer. I would like an. Okay, they won't give me an attaché. Also, we need to go down subsidies. Or we get reduce unnecessary expenditure. I think this is fine. I would like to get more of my civvies back. A lot of them are still being used for consumer goods. I don't want to give them... Consumers don't need goods. We need goods. I'm never going to be able to train another... We're not going to be able to train any more units, by the way. We just don't have the guns for it. Oh, the tragedy. It's okay. This is just HOI4 in a nutshell. The early game's always slow. Consumers bad, we take the goods. Exactly. Why should we make toasters when we can make bullet? Bullet better in long-term survival. We're also gonna grab... You know, maybe we should research guns. I just realized you need to research guns separately. So maybe, yeah, maybe having access to guns would be a smart idea. Oh, wait, we can grab one of these now. So we're gonna grab... Let's see. That might be okay. That's mercantilism. Silent workhorse. I think we take silent workhorse, man. I think would be okay. Just for that 15% PP per day would be pretty solid. I think that's correct. Yeah. One bullet kill one toaster can kill many. I guess if you dump your water in... I guess you... if you dump your toaster into a giant lake, maybe you can kill a lot of people. Alright. Trying to make Vic 3 Philippines work no coals just hell. I mean, that's fair. Alright, hold on. We're gonna move some folks around. Let's grab... I think if we grab subsidies, then we can finish this one. I don't think it locks these out. It just means we have to do them later. We could do Royal Exiles. I guess we'll do that one first. Yeah, let's do that. Let's turn this one off, and let's grab Royal Exiles.
Ready to move.
And then let's get the opposer assigned to a front. We're gonna give you... I don't know. Stand here somewhere. It'll be fine. You force to take other sea nations. Ah, fair enough. Having to fight the other sea countries for oil and coal. Being home in Spain means you're in the Spain market. That's true. I haven't played Victory in a hot minute. I don't know. I like Victory sometimes, but Victory is also like... You need like a certain... You need to have like a certain mindset going into it to really enjoy Victory. And oftentimes I don't want to have that mindset. Oftentimes I'm lazy. I don't want to think that much. I don't want to deal with, you know, the interconnected politics of the industrial era and all these small-time and big-time lords fighting each other and using the common man as sacrificial pawns in their great game of geopolitical chess. I'd rather just play the great game of geopolitical chess, but with bigger tanks and guns, and also, what politics? It's just, you kill things. I forgot they actually speak Tagalog. That's so funny. I actually forgot they actually speak Tagalog. Hold on, listen to that.
Go, go, go! Sige na!
I remember when they used to not, and they just kind of spoke English. It's kind of nice that they actually speak Tagalog. I don't speak Tagalog personally, but, you know. If you do, more power to you. If you don't, I'm so sorry. If I can quality out of this game, out of this stream, absolutely not. I need my, Uh-oh, the game's freezing. Ah, that's why the game froze. All right. Stalin's got a bit of a cancer going over there, as anime Leon Trots or Ivan Smirnov is trying to take that land. Also, I have no idea what's going on in Norway, but Norway and Norway are fighting each other. One is monarchist, the monarkistikaulisjonen versus the DNA, the Democratic Norwegian Association? I don't know. There's something going on over there that's not my problem. That entire Slavic section is just not my problem to deal with. Okay. We are gonna focus strictly on Spain and Asia. And whoever wins these conflicts, more power to them. All right, we finally got our first set of boat technologies. I think we'll grab this one. We're gonna need this for later, and then I don't think we're gonna need tanks, but artillery probably is something we do want at some point. Industry. Let's also grab radios, and I think that's all we need for now. Yeah, I have actually, it's been such a long time since I played HOI4, so I'm like trying to remember how to like do everything, but I usually play minor powers in here because it's more fun when you play a minor power and you become big and strong. There we go. The opposer's army group is now seasoned because they've been winning fight after fight after fight. It's great. Taken 47 casualties, but probably killed a lot more than that. Actually, let's see how many we've killed. Oh wait, we're not actually in this war, so we don't actually get to find out. Oh, okay, so we actually do have access to some metal if we have the correct excavation technology, right? So, unlocks relations with Hispanic nation decisions. So that's a thing we can do, but I think we're gonna hold off on that for now. Because we will do Spanish refugees and reconciliation with Spain, and then we'll do these, and then eventually we'll do the War of Independence. I'm not sure how soon we should do this. I've not actually watched any guides on how people do independent Philippines runs, so we are entirely playing this off of vibes. To be fair, real life people didn't get a chance to redo their runs, so we don't either. We just are gonna try and hope we succeed. I'm also gonna change the stream title real quick before I forget. I changed it on let's see, on YouTube. The Pinoy Experience in all capitals. The Monarchist Pinoy Experience, let's call it that. That's probably more fun. Pinoy Pride, oh god. No, I'm not gonna do that. I always joke around that if you meet one Filipino, you're gonna find like 10 others. Especially like in like the internet. You say anything Filipino related and then they will come. They will appear. No, we're not gonna do that. Is there any of these I want? 228. I think I just wait until I have another 150 for the next political advisor. But yeah, it's like a Filipino bat signal, exactly. They'll see it and be like, ah, Filipino. Some of your favorite VTubers are Filipino, I think. Kichan's Filipino, I think. I didn't realize that she did the new song too for Rabbit and Steel's new extra final boss, and it was like, oh, this is nice. This is great. All VTuber art people, you know, are Philippines because they're always online, and it's a way for them to get some stuff done. Okay, here we go. So we can either go pro haciendos, which is pro rich people, or we can go the other way and get anti haciendos and get rid of the rich landed elite, which will get rid of our Great Depression a little bit more, and probably makes it a little bit easier too. So maybe this is correct. Yeah, I think this is fine, because then this will reduce 70 days on National Defense Act. I think then we take it to the site. Oh, I know what you're talking about, and I hate that that's true. Just trying not to think about it too much. You have to, what's the word? You have to take it back. Take back the definition of those abbreviations. Centralized military R&D, basic fortifications might actually not be a bad idea. But I think we'll do computing machines so we get slightly faster research. I saw a Steam Deck intro for that, where they do like the drum noise, if you know what I'm talking about, but they put the Steam logo animation instead, and I was like, this is incredibly cursed, and I don't want to use it. Oh, hey, look. The Union of Soviet Republics. That means Ivan Smirnov won the war. Congratulations. You know what I'm talking about? The drum beat. Everyone knows what it is because it's been memed upon to death. Alright, someone is organizing a strike. Communist laborers are organizing a strike. Haha. Well, I guess they're gonna be replaced. That's right. Okay, and then we're gonna pick a new person here. We're gonna pick... I think this one's probably okay. Stability and war support. Oh, this guy's gonna disappear in a second. Align with Japan. Benigo Romas. Mercantilism. This might actually be okay. I'm not trading right now, but having the extra... Having reduced consumer goods factor is really good too. What's my consumer goods factor? Free ratio. Okay, so maybe we do grab... let's grab this guy. That's fine. I'm not putting Shrek. So I remember seeing that, but Steam actually did create an update after that Shrek thing. So now you can actually skip the boot intro video by pressing a button, and so you don't have to sit there and watch the entire Shrek movie before you can, get access to your Steam Deck. That entire update was because of one person. People do stupid things. The developers look at it and we're like, we should probably stop people from being able to pull off stupid things like this in the future, and so that's what they did. Good on the developers to realize that the average consumer, as smart as they might actually be, are prone to doing incredibly stupid things because they think it's funny. I mean, I'm not immune to that. I do stupid things because it's funny. Oh my god, there's a tumor here. What is going on? Why are we losing? What is this? The Carlists have magically appeared. Well, if we can defeat this tile, then we can go turn around and deal with that. Right, also, my civvies. I would like to dump in... Let's see. I would like more civvies, please. And let's see here. More mills. Okay, so we should probably dump the remaining mill on support equipment for now. And that's probably good enough for our needs. I did use my Steam coins to buy a Steam Deck intro. I bought the anime one where they were like, hey, what better way to represent our company than with cute anime girls delivering games to you? I don't know why we don't have more of that. Why they got rid of the Steam Sail mascot girl. They need to bring her back. It's more fun that way. They need to listen. Put anime on anything. I'm more than likely gonna look at it and be like, whoa, that's so cool. I want it. Does that make me simple? Probably. Was on transport, textile mills. He's getting me some factories. I think we just go. I think we now triggered the National Defense Act to get me, which will give me a factory output that I want. Because actually, we've been hit with a really rough penalty this whole time. Our factory output is negative 90%. So we've only been producing 3 guns per day. With this, we should actually be producing about way more than that. And I think that'll be a good way to improve our chances of survival in these trying times. Yeah, bring back the anime waifus back. That's all anyone wants now, anime waifus. Oh my gosh, what's happening in India? Pakistan has rebelled against India. They are now in a civil war. Alright, well, that is not my problem. That is a problem for India to solve, because I guess they broke free from their British overlords. Grok can stop being an anime waifu. Yeah, I never understood why Grok's personification was like a twin-tailed, big-breasted anime girl. I was like, is this really what like a massive billion-dollar corp? Oh my god, what is happening here? Hold on, we're getting demolished. Let's see if we can help fend off the Carlist from taking over. Can I send additional volunteers, or are we kind of screwed? Nope, I'm only allowed 1 volunteer. All right. Cool.
Keep moving.
On the other hand, Zeopolzer's army group are now veterans. They have actually achieved. He's been grinding a lot of EXP. He's actually gotten really strong. But unfortunately, this is not going too hot for our allies. I guess in the end, ultimately, it doesn't matter if they lose. Then we'll just, I don't know, claim them, send them to the. I don't know. We'll take them in, so we can do this one. Reino de Filipinas. I'm not sure if we have to win the war. So it says here, as long as we defend it ourselves for a year, then I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I think so. We can hold on as long as we can, then we'll be able to break free. Okay, so now we have access to the military branch, which is fine. But wow, that's really slow. 70 days for a single one. Training time and factory output. I think that would correct it. The last penalty. It's almost. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's really rough. Philippine Scouts. Why don't we continue our economic development for now? Why don't we do... Ooh. Actually, encouraging foreign investment's not the worst idea, although it only affects the Japanese. Why don't we do Luzon Transport, and then we can maybe get 2 civies off of textile mills is probably okay. Or Japanese advisors. Gives us a bunch of generals and admirals and a bunch of other stuff. So that's not bad. 35 days is probably okay. Your subtenure ended last week. So lack of emote at the end kills the joke. Oh, it's okay. I saw there's a lot of discourse always around like Neuro-sama, whether or not is this AI? Why is this AI allowed? Well, it's because it's not just Neuro that's the VTuber. Technically, it's all really Vidal who's doing everything, and Neuro's kind of like the actual entertainment that Vidal has created for us, right? So that's the big difference. That's why Neuro-sama gets a pass. Because at least there's a human behind the art form. At least that's my understanding. Let's see. Do we start slapping down forts, or do we just hold the line, or just keep building more factories? I think we need another factory. We need to get more soldiers equipped, but not having enough guns is really bad. So basically, as soon as we have more materials, we're gonna start slapping down more armies, and then they'll be able to start fighting and getting ready to defend the Great Islands themselves. It's gonna be expensive, but you know, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Also, set up the generic. Oh, what are these ones? I mean, this one's fine, right? Yeah, engineers, all that other stuff. Okay. Communists are trying to do their strike, but we don't care, so I'm just gonna kick him off to the curb. Mindao transport, and then mineral prospecting or land reform into Bill of Rights. It's probably okay. Luzon transport into textile mills is probably the better solution. We could also just kind of get over here and try to get our military up and running a bit more. Probably not needed right now. Let's do Luzon transport is probably correct, and then we'll grab actually another factory. Probably dump it into guns again. Gosh, we just don't have. I think we have to sacrifice a factory. I will buy my metal from the Soviets. I think they'll be a very profitable trade partner. Probably only happy thoughts about AI. Exactly. Tons of face emotes now. What do you mean by face emotes? Also, hello there, Josh Ferdinand Puzunski. I don't know how to. I'm hoping I'm reading that correctly. Define face emote. Like, give an example so I know what I'm looking at. Oh, we have to pick a doctrine. Is it worth picking a doctrine right now? Probably not. I don't think I want any of these. Do rangers, I guess. Oh, that is a lot of face emotes. Oh, jeez. They're global too. Ugh. I don't like any of that. You basically will never beat the Total Biscuit lol. All right, that's like the classic. And I guess old PogChamp before I guess he got unpersoned by Twitch, but that's a whole different topic I'm not gonna get into. I wonder if having mountaineers or marines in the Philippines would probably be a good way to ensure we survive any conflict, because we're definitely not gonna have the industry to go into armor. At the very least, we should probably get torpedoes, and then after we get torpedoes, we'll start researching. We'll start building our first boat. We lost PogChamp. Hype Komodo will never replace it. Yeah, it'll never be the same. I agree. I fully agree with that sentiment. The kids these days will never understand the original Pogs. Right. Grab one last person. I think I'm gonna take this guy, mostly because he just Union Boss. I think we're gonna take. I think we take this 5% attack and defense is really good. I don't really like the fascist increase, but it's probably not that bad. Maybe. Maybe we just hold off on that for now. Let's see. Maybe we'll take one of these guys. Santiago Nuval will be our head of the Navy. And for air, I don't think we're going to really have planes, but I probably want to move into volunteer conscription just so we can get that out of the way. There we go. Now we have more manpower. More soldiers to be sacrificed in the great game. I don't know what's happening over here. Where's our... Don't we have an army here? Oh, yeah. We're trying. We're kind of kicking the Carlist back. We will have a navy eventually if I remember to build it. Okay, textile mills is probably... Yeah, we need that. That's fine. Ah, Germany has declared war on Luxembourg. It's 1938. What do you mean? What do you mean the Great European War has kicked off? Oh, because France is actually defending Czechoslovakia. Oh. I guess Germany is not existing very soon, and the war in Europe might be over before it started. Yeah, alright. That's, not at all what I was anticipating. Let's see here. It's 38. We could just jump straight to 38 mediums, but I think we're just gonna go grab mines, and that's probably fine. Yeah, Czechoslovakia, for one, is not getting cut down to size. They're actually fighting back. Okay, we have early destroyers, civilian factor. So I think we just slam out another... we have 3 units of coal left. Still don't really understand the coal mechanic, but I guess it's not a big deal. I'll figure it out later. Have a good night, son. Thanks for swinging by. I hope you're able to find time to play with your friend in the future, so that your run can continue forevermore. Okay, so we beat back the Carlists mostly, so now we just gotta go down here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna order an attack order and just press play and just let the opposer's army, who are now veterans. Actually, we're gonna give a skill. Okay, just kidding. I don't like any of these skills. It's okay. It's a balancing factor. Oh, wait, was it you? Oh no, Flaming was the one that does it. Sorry, I mixed you up. Sorry, son. It was Flaming that was the one that was playing with his friend. Sorry. Your names are both green on Twitch, okay? So that's why I mixed it up. Alright, very easy mistake. I don't want any of this. I think I normally do maintenance company, because as long as you can do equipment capture, I think is what I want. I don't know how I'm going to defend the islands, by the way. Like, I don't think we can realistically defend the Philippine Islands from America unless we have the Japanese on our side. And, hey, look, it's Hirohito. He's back in power. I think he's willing to have us join his faction. I think. Right? Unlikely. Bit of a shame. Do you play the World War military base now? What do you mean? The game that you were talking about earlier? You know what you gotta do? You gotta do some more, you gotta do more Foxhole and join the Great War effort, even though I've not played that game myself in a long time. I don't want any of these. I think we're just kind of waiting until the Civil War finishes up over here. Alright. We got textile mills. I guess we'll do Hispanic overtures for now, because we're gonna need it anyways to trigger the War of Independence. Might as well get ready for that. And then maybe in 39, we'll declare on America. Maybe if we do it early, they're not gonna be prepared to, you know, send their full frontal assault against us. That is going to be what I'm banking on, which is probably not an ideal thing to bank on. By the way, let's pick one of these guys too. I think the generic infantry expert with plus 10, 15 is a really good amount. See the one you sent in suggestions? Let me take a look. Did you link it earlier, or was it like the one previously? Oh, okay, I remember which one you're talking about. Yes, the dig in, right? I saw that one. I think it's interesting. All right, Germany is trying. I think they're winning. They're not going to accept an attaché, I believe. So I don't know what's going on over there, but it seems like Germany's actually kicking Czechoslovakia back. Or the Czechoslovak Republic. I don't know if it's my World War II or HOI4 brain rot brain, but I keep, every time, I remember like we were talking, like me and Ray were watching the Olympics when we were up in Canada. And for whatever reason, I kept referring to the Slovakian team as like the Czechoslovakians, and I'm like, and I had to keep getting corrected that they haven't that Czechoslovakia hasn't existed in like almost 60 years, 80 years. I'm like, I need to stop looking at map games, I think. I keep mixing it up all the time. So why do people keep wanting me to play horse games? I don't want to play a horse game. Horse games aren't really my thing.
Fall in.
Are horse games that fun? Oh, here we go. Let's assign here. They're not ready for a fight with the Americans. If they try to fight, they're gonna get slapped. Match promoting gotcha. Exactly. I don't do that here. I play everything else. I play anything that's not gotcha related. How are you doing, Alana? Good evening. We just slap more. Oh, you know what we should do? We need more. We need a better naval base. Where's our naval bases? Here in Manila, or we could do a dockyard. Maybe a dockyard's fine. So I'm playing some games of maps and tried to name all the countries and realize how Africa got changed a lot. Oh yeah, Africa is always going through changes. Especially because like the names of the countries get changed or the borders change, because there's always a lot of conflict going on in that region. So it's if you're trying to remember all the time, you're gonna forget very quickly. That's just all there is to it. My EU knowledge comes from HOI4. Me too. Means we have to name the current names of countries. I mean, if you ask me to name modern day Africa, I would not be able to name modern day Africa. I can point out like what, South Africa, and probably what are the other main countries that I could probably name? I could probably point out Libya and Egypt, Algeria. Is Ethiopia still a country today? Or is that... I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ethiopia is still a country today. God, I can't believe I have to ask that. I can't believe I have to even ask that question. But then you look at this map and it's like, here's the French commune. And it's like, what are these countries actually in modern day? I don't know. I think one of these is Libya, technically. Oh, it's Liberia's over here. We'll never name US states properly. I mean, I can't name US states properly. Oh, okay, I can name US states properly. I can't really name Canadian provinces. There was a funny video, interesting video that my friend had linked. And it was literally, here's a map of Japan, but we're not showing you a map of Japan. It's more like we're showing you, here's a section of the Japanese rail network, of the JR rail system. Can you identify the prefecture strictly based off of the train map? It was funny, and then I realized I could actually name like 4 of them just looking at the map, and I'm like, I should not be able to name these. And it wasn't because I was a weeb or anything. It's more like I looked at it and I was like, this looks familiar to an area that I visited prior. And that's how it came to be. Isn't that funny? Can you name a few provinces just from Nobunaga's ambition? I know. Me too. I used to play that game too. Maybe we do the trade agreement. I don't know if that's really worth 35 days. Or if we just continue down the military tree. Let's get the naval dockyards offshore patrol. I want to make sure we're at least ready to hold back the Americans if necessary. We're going to design a ship. We've been kind of meaning to do this for quite some time anyways. Our early destroyer is going to be made out of torpedo launchers, and a light battery gun, anti-air gun, fire control, no radar, torpedo launchers. Okay, so that's 3 torpedo launchers. I did not have a mine launcher researched yet. This boat is going to get demolished very quickly. But I think it's fine. Or we could just do a single battery, which is probably not ideal. We do need the torpedo launchers. Might as well make a good boat from the get-go. What am I naming this? What do we name this thing? I'm gonna call this the spaghetti. We're just gonna name all these boats after food instead of anything serious. All right, cool. So we can build our first one in 6 months because I don't have enough steel to afford this. If I had the steel, we could be slamming these out like every 2 months, but we don't have enough steel or any other materials for this. It's a little unfortunate. Okay, and then I'm gonna go do industry 3. I do need to use the restroom, so give me 1 second while I let the game run over in Spain as we try to push in. I know these runs are always a little boring at the start, but just have to bear with me. Alright, I'll be right back. I swear the game's running. I'm gonna have it run on speed. I think speed. Let me make sure everything's researched right. Alright, we'll do speed 2 is fine. Just watch here. And listen to gunshots ASMR. The sounds of war ASMR YouTube. shoot, I thought I had turned on the little graphic that says I'm AFK. Anyways, hello, I'm back. Got your 2 of the 5 Voltron lines printed and assembled. How long do those take to print? I guess is my next question. Also, let's go get some more research done so we can hopefully get this war started. I know, like, the main thing with HOI4, I think for people who watch HOI4 content, is that the early part of the game is like super boring unless you're playing a kind of aggressive nation. So we're kind of just in the chilling and preparing stage, which is fine up to a point. We actually have some armies now, which is actually kind of nice. And then what's next? Oh, here we go. Propose a treaty of mutual assistance with various countries. For example, I could go to the United Mexican States and offer them a treaty of... Well, they're probably not going to accept it. I think most of these countries are not going to accept any of this. Brazil definitely not, because they don't like me. Unless I improve relations with them and then maybe try to make them an offer? Oh, 24 hours. I'm assuming your printer, you don't have like an AMS or AMS type thing, right? The thing that lets you automatically switch color stuff. I've tried, I have an AMS and it's kind of fun to use, but honestly, most of the time I just kind of have it there so I don't have to keep changing my filament. You keep getting suggestions for the Thor on YouTube now. You really want one, huh? Also, I forgot to say hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. How are you doing? Let's see if the United States of Brazil... I just realized Brazil does not count as a Hispanic nation, so that's actually useless. Alright, we're gonna not do that. Sorry, Brazil, you don't deserve my friendship. Right, I think the Argentine Republic would probably accept it. Let's try it. They were okay with it. All right. So they will join our faction. Excellent. So eventually, when we do form a faction, who else is one? Maybe the Peruvians? Okay, so the Venezuelans would be probably willing to join us. Perfect. Excellent. You're getting spied on. You never do that again. You finally beat Invicta. Well, you know what? You can uninstall it now. Just uninstall it and just never look at the game again, Rano. You're free. You're free. Okay? You're free. Getting spied on? Yeah, I'm joining. Hello there, Akumi Milka. I can't read the rest of your name on YouTube. I'm sorry. Your name is a lot. What is your Twitch? What does YouTube give your thing? I'm yours forevermore. Akumilikumusenlamanya. Close enough. It's okay, Ray. If you really want one, I'll order one. I'll order one for you. I'm also like I said, I'm trying to sell a lot of my Magic the Gathering collection that I don't need anymore because I'd rather just have cash. And I didn't realize a bunch of my cards had like spiked up in value hardcore, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably time. Okay, so we are embargoing the Bolivians. Maybe the Peruvians will be on board with joining us. Let's see. I'm gonna extend a hand to the Peruvians and see what they think. They did. Oh, okay. We got the Peruvians on board too. Can we get the Chileans on board too? Okay, they don't want to join us. All right, that's fine. Well, okay. So basically, I want to get into cameras. I'm specifically I want to get into cameras to take really nice photos. Oh, the U.S. is in their own war. Wait, we can. Okay, hold on. Okay, so after this one is done, we are immediately going to declare on the U.S. We're gonna declare independence. Yes. This is perfect. All right, we just gotta wait until this focus is done. I didn't expect them to declare like that, but that's really funny. That's actually perfect for us. So, anyways, I've been looking at the Fujifilm cameras, which I really want the Fujifilm. If I had a metric ton of money, I would buy a Fujifilm X100 but they're like almost $2,000. So I'm like, no, I can't afford that. So what I'm thinking instead I'm gonna get is a Fujifilm X-T2 and then just get a nice lens for it. And I'll just, instead of going with the fixed lens cameras, I'll get the ones that I can interchange the lens as I desire. I think that'll probably be what I'm gonna aim for instead. I think that'll probably be fine. I don't know if anyone really cares too much that much about cameras, but I've been doing a lot of research about cameras recently because I've been like really interested in wanting to take nice photos, especially when it's time to go to Japan. And every time I see Ray, and I can just use Ray as my photo subject. So basically that means most of you will never see a lot of the photos that I take. So just keep that in mind. I am not joining their war against the Confederate States of America. You're on your own, America. Good luck. I'm gonna force them to deal with another war. But if I should have saved the game just in case something bad happens, because something bad is bound to very much happen. But yeah. Plus, honestly, like, as much as I love Magic the Gathering, like, I have so many complaints about where the direction the game is going that it's actually making it unfun to play, to the point where I have an entire setup at home where I can make proxies of any card that I desire that's about the same thickness as an actual Magic the Gathering card, and it's high-quality prints, too. I hate the fact that Magic the Gathering is so incredibly Universes Beyond focused, where they care so much about these stupid random intellectual properties that they're like, we're gonna sacrifice the long-term health of the game so we can insert Marvel and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Star Trek, and all these other properties, and Final Fantasy technically. Now, granted, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I'm okay with some of these, but not all of these, because I'm gonna be incredibly biased towards, you know, Atla and Final Fantasies. I love those, you know, universes, but then I'm like, I don't want Marvel in my game. I don't care about The Walking Dead. They had SpongeBob cards, although at least those were just reskins, so that's not too bad. Oh, America just lets us become independent. They're not even gonna fight. They're just like, yeah, all right, sure. Cool, we won the war. We completed the war. All right, so now the choice is, do we want to go become the second Philippine Republic? Or do we want to become Reino de Filipinas and become yeah, we're gonna become monarchist Philippines now. It is time for our time to shine. All right, we will become the greatest of the Philippines. We are now so we'll see what that ends up being, because I actually have no idea what this does. I guess we're not making factories anymore, or we don't need forts anymore, because I think all our fort constructions just canceled, which is also interesting. All right. How is this war going? I have not been paying attention. So the Spanish Directory is what they're called now. Who is that? I don't recognize this anime character. My understanding of anime characters has just been washed up. The Peruvians would like us to join and fight against the Bolivians, the Chileans. Wait, am I in their faction? Who's in my faction? Oh, they want me to fight the US. Ooh. Do I want to fight? No, I'm good. You're on your own. I'm not here to... I only needed them for my own needs. I wasn't willing to actually join their conflicts. They were only supposed to join my conflicts. Yeah, look at that. Look, I don't really want to get tangled up into South American debacle over there. That's a little much for me. It's not needed for my own survival. Right, perfect. And then we're gonna get access to Construction 3, and then we're also gonna get access to Advanced Machine Tools. And that's probably fine. Actually, what I need, I'm going to requisition all of our trains. Just so I get 15 free trains. Like Ranu escape. Yeah, Ranu's done with Terra Invicta. I can't believe Ranu finally freed themselves from the nightmare that's Terra Invicta. Maybe I'll play it one day. I don't know. I think I'd rather play Menace. Yeah, I'd rather play Menace, yeah. It was the year 29. What year does the game start in? I have no idea, so that's why I'm asking. Oh my god, we actually have a lot of armies now. Look at this. So these are the garbage divisions. We're gonna make these this. And then hopefully they get restocked soon. And we have to get ready to fight all these other countries. Do we have a boat yet? We don't have our boat yet. Getting our first destroyer soon, I think. Wait, we have a destroyer. We have a singular destroyer. Okay, so we can either take Juan the Third, or we can take this anime girl that's actually Admiral Heracleo Alano. I think we're gonna take this one. Perfect. All right, we have a single Navy boat. It ain't much, but it's something. At least it's something. Okay, so I don't know what's happening over here, but I think they're actually winning. The Peruvians are actually winning, so maybe we should probably help them out. I don't really want to fight the US, though. That's like a whole war I don't want to get dragged into. Anime girl. Exactly, it's always about anime girl. Starts in 2022, 2026, or 2070s. Wait, what's the difference between each one you start with? Do you just like have less technology, the aliens stronger, that type of thing? Yeah, I kind of want to play Besiege when that space DLC comes out. I think it's so funny that they're like, what if we just made Kerbal Space Program, but we made it with Besiege? I kind of want to try it. Oh, okay, the state of the world's different. Okay, because 2022, you had the pandemic. 2026 is, well, you know, and then 2070 is kind of like their interpretation of what the future could be. So I guess I can see the logic in, hey, look, all these different things that could be. More factories. I could build... I think we just build more naval dockyards, honestly. I think we just need more of these. Yeah, especially if we're going to be a naval power, we're going to need naval dockyards. Okay, there we go. So we are now led by Juan III, the Navy King. Our country is called Reino de Filipinas. Okay, fantastic. And then we can do war for the ocean, and then this will allow us to then declare war against... let's see. We can declare again. We can try to get claims on the Pacific Islands. So maybe we do need to fight against the US and gain cores on that. Although that might be a little difficult. I don't know if we're ready to fight the US. Wait. Who owns these? Oh, Japan owns most of these, which is the problem. So it's not really worth engaging in that engagement. So in that case, let's continue developing our own infrastructure. We're gonna do Quezon City for the 2 cities, and also get a Quezon City campus for that sick research slot. And now that we can claim... Oh wait, we can propose reunification. And become the Hispanic Empire. Wait, hold on. How does this work? Will they accept us even if we're at war? If I just propose... Oh shoot, they actually accepted it. Wait. Okay, so now we're known as the Hispanic Empire. And we also now own the entirety of Argentina? Alright. Cool. I'm playing as the Philippines. I'm going down the monarchy route. But I guess we own Argentina now, which is fun. And I guess we also own their entire armies. Oh, that's kind of nasty, actually. Holy cow.
Ready, sir.
Let's see. Are their armies garbage? Actually, it's not that bad. Their armies are okay.
Attention.
Oh, man. The U.S. might actually win their civil war, which is the problem. So maybe we just have to force a reunification as quickly as possible. We could try to force a war against Chile, but... Chile is kind of... hanging in there, I guess is the best way to describe it. They're not having a good time. Must suck to be Chile. Alright, well, I don't plan on engaging in their wars directly, but sure, the Confederate States can dock at our ports. I don't really care. Reclaim as Hispanic territory. I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wait a little bit until we're ready to reunify again, and we'll just reunify whenever it's convenient. Road to 56 and Road to Anime is all we're running, because those are the common mods. Oh wait, God, I have so many factories. What do I even do with all these factories? All right, make me more guns. A few more trucks. That's probably fine. Oh God, we don't have enough metal for this. Negative 36 metal for steel. That is fantastic. All right. Hey USSR, I'm gonna need like more metal from you real quick. Yeah, this is the Filipino experience. What's going on in Europe, by the way? All right, so they did defeat the Slovakians. Germany's doing their funny Polish invasion, and I guess the French turned communist while we weren't looking. Holy cow, that is a massive amount of side bongers. It's 39. Probably engineering too is fine to grab at this point. Yeah, Czechoslovakia's kind of checked out. Austria's still hanging in there. They're just vibing. So anyways, the Balkans got balkanized. What is even happening here? Okay, so this is the Protectorate of Albania, the Vardar Banovina. This is the autonomous region of Kosovo, the Serbian residual state, Zeta Banovina, Banovina of Bosnia, Banovina of Croatia also there, the Republic of Slovenia. Imagine being a country that's just like so irrelevant, you're called the Serbian residual state. That's depressing. You don't get a proper name. You're just residuals, bound to be consumed by another country at some point. Your existence is actually meaningless in the grand scheme of things, apparently. How sad. I will put some factories over here in Luzon. Let's see how this pans out. This game is turning into a bit of a disaster. I feel like the husk of a residual? What do you mean by that? Alright, the US has defeated the Confederate States of America. Great. How is their war going? I know they hate me, but I have no intention of declaring on them. I'm okay just kind of vibing. New American Republic, I guess, is being left alone. I think the Americans are going to send some troops down here. Alright, look at that war. It's going alright. Oh, wait! The British went fascist! Hello. Hello, Oswald Molesey. Alright. So, maybe I should join that conflict. Who is in that war, actually? I want to know. Okay, that's not at all the war I'm thinking of. The Spanish Civil War? No. Peruvian-American War. Chile is gone. The US and Cuba. It's Hispanic Empire. The Peruvian state. And, okay, so if I join them, there would be a higher chance of actually succeeding. So we'd have 84 divisions total, and they would have about, you know, a little bit more than that. You know what? Maybe it's okay to join this conflict. Maybe it's time that we stop hanging around back here, and we actually participate in some kind of engagement here. You know what, Peru? I will accept your war request. It is time that we, all Spaniards, come together and fight gloriously. Also, because I have no idea where all these army units came from, and I should probably do something about that. God, there's so many of these. Wow, what is this division? Why do I have so many divisions? Okay, so I'm gonna take these two, dump them in another army group. This one also. This one I'm gonna lead. Who wants to lead this really cool army group? Let's see. They will be led by... This guy's fine. Vicente Lim is probably alright. Let's go invade the Bolivian Socialist Republic. Oh, you didn't miss too much. It's less so much that we're invading as we were already here. Okay, so we're gonna make a new army group here, and then this one. Let's see, we're gonna delete this order here.
Ready to move.
So this one is gonna go here, along the Paraguayan border, and this one's gonna go against the Bolivian border.
Orders.
And then we'll be led by... Sure, this Japanese person can be the leader. This country is, for lack of better words, a cacophony of random ethnicities all mashed into one big country. Don't think about it too much, just accept it.
Listen up.
I don't know if we're gonna war with the Paraguay, but we're gonna do that now. A lot, and I'm still catching up. There's a lot that's happening. Just accept it. Also, we don't have enough coal anymore. We may need to find a way to get more coal, but we are incredibly negative on coal right now. Like, holy cow, we are -7 on coal. Hey, Britain, I would love to have, like, 1 stack of coal, please. Thank you.
Hung off a man.
And then this will hold the home islands. And then I'm just gonna order these guys to area defense everything. I think just hold the ports is probably good enough, because then they can't really survive if they can't get the ports. And that should be fine. Okay, you want to play XCOM? I have been wanting to play XCOM again. You know what's actually interesting? So I found out that people who worked on the new XCOM games are actually working on another game. Guess what they're working on? They are working on, for lack of better words, what is essentially XCOM but Star Wars. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty interesting to the point where I might actually buy it if it comes out. The only problem is that it's EA. And, well, you know, EA is not cool. We don't like EA in this household, so I saw it, I'm like, I'm kind of tempted to actually pick it up, but man, that's gonna be... Oh, they actually lost the port. Oh, wait, they got it back. Cool. Okay, so our attack in this area is failing because who would have guessed that fighting in the jungle is kind of a disaster? It might be cool to see. I don't know what it's called, but you can find it on Steam. Yeah, you can send volunteers. That's fine. Come on in, Italy. Come on in, Britain. Together we will cut down the Americans. Start slamming out more mills here. Perfect. We may need to start looking into excavation bonuses here. Oh, you know what I've been forgetting? We have enough army XP to this. We gotta pick our doctrines. For naval, we're gonna do trade interdiction because we're tiny, and then we'll do land doctrine. We're gonna do... Ooh, I think we'll do grand battle plan. I think is probably fine. Yeah, it's like the most generic plan to use, and I think it's probably okay because we don't really have a lot of industry to do mass, you know, grand assault or whatever it's called. The problem is my navy is... Oh, wait. Oh, we got a new navy. That's right. We got their navy. Hello. All right. Let's call them in. All right, so the Americans are invading from the south. Why don't we take... Let's merge all these navies. Let's merge all this together. And then we're going to do... Juan gets to manage this, and I'm just going to have them do... Ooh, let's see here. Convoy raiding in this area to deny them supplies, and then I'm going to take this entire army group. You know what? I don't need an army group standing in front of them. Let's go pull you down south, and we can defend against the American invasion. The Americans have a lot going on, but maybe we can hold the line. Probably enough, and then hopefully we can knock out these Soviets, these commies. Sure, Germany, you can dock. Feel like I don't really want to engage against Brazil, but that's a problem for later. Basically, our entire war is focused entirely in the South America at this point. We're not even dealing with Asia. We're becoming... Yeah, we're becoming more, Hispanic. Invicta does not play for years. It's gonna be so many thousand hours. The only way to make it should play. Okay, well, the Bolivians have capitulated. I'm not gonna grab anything because I don't have enough points, so that's fine. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! What happened? All right. I don't want to look at that. That's disgusting. All right. Our army's coming in, so we can hold the line, and then we can just keep the Americans at bay. In fact, we might be able to push in at some point, but not yet. I'll just order.
Ready to move.
Okay, so then I'm going to order them to prepare my assault to the tip of Chile. A fight of which we're unlikely to win, but with an offensive doctrine, we might be able to. We may need to also edit the battalions. I don't think they're very good. The divisions are pretty rough, I think. Let's see. I need to standardize this. 39A is probably fine. I think they're all 39As.
Ready.
Probably, right? Yeah, they're all 39As. Most of them are.
Ready.
This one's not.
Listen up.
Okay, so then these guys will also swap to 39A. Even though we don't have the materials yet, we'll be able to get it at some point, and then that's fine. Next time you have many thousands of hours. The only plan to make it more interesting is playing Mod Jam or some mod other than Long War, which is way too long. I mean, the Mod Jam runs are usually pretty fun. Like, the main thing to keep in mind with a single-player game is it's up to you to decide how you ultimately want to play it, right? I personally prefer to play XCOM, you know, make it bombastic, so bigger enemy pods, more options for the player, but also more enemy options as well. Like, basically, maximize the suffering in both, like, to the extreme, and I find that to be the most fun way to play the games. We're also going to expand our armed forces, or that's our armored forces. Let's do, construct military infrastructure is fine. Okay, strikes. We'll blow over at some point. And then ignore most of these for the time being. We'll get more EXP. I keep getting more divisions that I don't know what to do with, but I guess they're able to hold back the line, especially with the Brits joining us. And then let's try to improve our military now. I think is the correct thing. We probably should also do some of this economy things that I've just kind of been ignoring. Maybe that's correct. Or we just, yeah, let's just go down this way. Let's go to the Philippine division. I wish we get another XCOM 3, but XCOM has hit another dead end after Chimera Squad. You have to remember, the XCOM developers are basically gone. Like, Jake Solomon was working on a life sim game after he left Firaxis, and that got canned by the publisher, too. Like, it's just not happening. He's not having any luck with anything he wants to make. Should we break the game in half and whine for an entire stream about how unfair the game is? The game you wanted to be that way? Exactly! I love complaining about games when it's on my own suffering. Actually, I still think it was funny when we were doing the final Waterworld mission in XCOM, and the entire game just exploded because there were like 90 enemies on the screen at once. So a single AoE, the game had to freeze for like a minute trying to calculate all the damage. It was insane, and I loved it. Hello there, V. Hammerschall. Did I try to play as German Argentina? I've done German Argentina runs a few times. Or not German Argentina, but I know if you mean, is it Argentina, like where you can get the funny mustache man as your leader? Yes, I've done that one. I think it was Argentina, right? Was it Venezuela? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Argentina. Oh, hey, look. Warsaw finally fell. It only took like, what, half a year? This entire run is a mess. The Grand Peru-Bolivian Confederation. Wait. Where's Venezuela? We could propose unification with them. Do you think they'll accept it? Should I try it? I want to save the game just in case this goes poorly. Oh my goodness. Yes, they accepted. Look, we can just keep taking decisions and then they'll just keep joining us for some reason. Isn't it great? Alright, here's our new army group. That's, I guess, it's gonna be led by this guy. And then, I don't know. There's no real board. I guess we're fighting Brazil now. Sure. Alright, yeah, that's fine. I guess, we're fighting the Brazilians.
Sir.
I guess we'll just get their army group ready to invade Brazil from, I guess here is fine? I don't know. There's no supply anywhere here. This entire map is a disaster. You're not gonna find supply anywhere in basically South America. I don't think there's I think we've kind of lost the plot. I don't think this is a Philippines run anymore. This is very much a South America Hispanic Empire run. We have completely lost the plot here. At this point, we're just following along because we're already this deep in. We might as well commit. Like, unironically, I think that's what's happening. Like, we're just gonna see where this goes and see what happens. Let's see. Is there any of these things that I want to do? Probably not. I guess we should probably deal with the strikes at some point. Make propaganda heroes out of them. That's fine. They'll probably stop whining. Evolves into LATAM conflict. Yeah, I know. I was hoping like maybe we'll strike at the Greater Indonesian State, which is now an independent state. Actually, we could probably justify a war goal. We could probably invade Indonesia. What army could they possibly have? 1 to 6 divisions? We could probably do that, right? We just need to land at least once, and then Indonesia falls. We actually have a navy now. Yeah, wait a second. We have a navy. It's not a big navy, but it is a navy. Oh yeah, this is incredibly ahistorical. We've jumped the ship. We're not taking Japan. I'm taking. I want Indonesia. I want their materials. I'm pretty sure we can knock them out without too much issue. We'll just hit one. We'll just island hop one at a time. So we'll declare. As long as they're not in a treaty with anyone, we should be okay. Yeah, it's fine. We'll conquer. 100 days is fine. I could do the focus, but it's gonna take too long. Like the focus, we'd have to be like almost. What is that? 210 days. It's almost a whole year. Yeah, it's time for the Filipino island hopping campaign. Very Pinoy, very real. Alright, let's do this. This is such a stupid run. Everything about this run just turned sideways. Oh right, I forgot. We were like supposed to declare an attack, I think. At some point, we should probably be invading Paraguay. Yeah, go ahead. Just if you see an opportunity, just run in there. It'll be fine. Did we ever kick the Americans out? No, they're still standing there. That's a lot of colors I don't like seeing. We'll crank this up to better supply. I don't think that attack's gonna work. I think as long as we can hold the line, I don't care. I'm making know that your friend decided not to play HOI4 co-op. Hopefully maybe your friend will join you tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not streaming tomorrow. That's the perfect time for you and your friend to play together and learn how to get good at the game, because I can tell you I am not good at this game. My divisions are just hot doo-doo. We don't need this. We don't need this. Definitely don't need this one or this one. Definitely don't need that one. Who the heck is using this one? Division de Infanteria uses 14. This one's 16 divisions. So what is this one? Ooh, who is using this division? We don't have minerals is the problem. We just don't have metal. That's like our biggest issue right now, is the sheer lack of metal to actually produce the things that we need. Look at that, -17. I'm already buying so much from the USSR. And I'll buy some from the Brits too. I have enough factories to justify this. Kind of. What do you mean I'm gone? I'm gone. Like I said, we gotta do real life things on the morrow. Worry not. I will still be around. I will talk about things if you want me to talk about things. I'm not. It's not like I'm dead. Just don't go killing me off that quickly. All right. I don't die that easily. I'm not an anime character who has like the lifespan of a wet sponge. I take Spain. I don't know what was actually happening in Spain. I completely was. Oh, we're being naval invaded. Oh no, the Americans have landed. Hello. All right, let's go over there real quick. Was not paying attention. They have.
Orders.
They're here. All right. Let's get our tactical assault team to go take back our land.
Ready, sir.
Okay, so I want this guy back here. Yeah, just everyone get back over here. Yeah, that's fine. I did not realize that the Americans have landed. Now I have to try to hold the line, which is a bit of a problem. I don't know how fast we can make it over here, even with the rapid redeploy, but we'll try. Okay, Spanish Civil War is over. This guy needs to hold, so total defense until we can get our army here to replenish and recover. Okay. And they gotta go in and assist. Okay, now it's green, because now we have a much bigger army holding the line. And now, I think what we have to do is just try to starve them out. Not a dead run. Okay, so now we can do Spanish refugees, which will, one, get us a bunch of manpower, and also give us 2 Hispanic units in Central Luzon. And then we'll do reconciliation with Spain and see how this pans out. Allows us to propose treat a mutual alliance. All right, we'll try this out. Unfortunately, our army is just not good compared to the Americans. The Americans have a much stronger... Oh wait, we lost our army leader, that's why. I think this one is fine. I just need to make sure we're getting army EXP daily. Yeah, see, they basically can't break out anymore, I think. So while we don't own the port, we can at least try to kick him out. Because I'd prefer if I hold the Philippines as much as possible. I did say we were gonna do a little bit of fortressing today, so here's our fortress. Meanwhile, in LatAm, which I've not been paying attention to this entire time because it's honestly a disaster and I can't be bothered. The Brits are here. They're helping hold the line in Central America. The Americans have landed and have mostly taken Argentina, which is a bit of an issue. So maybe I need to pull an army around and try to... I don't know where this army is. Where is this army?
Commands!
Okay, we're gonna have them come up here and hold the line. I'd prefer if we could hold this as much as possible. God, I hate managing 2 fronts. There's a reason why I don't like... The main reason I don't like playing countries like France is I don't want to manage 2 fronts. It's already too much for me to handle.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm being asked to manage multiple fronts in this game, and I'm like, oh, that's so much to keep track of.
Attention.
Actually, wait, we can just kind of push while they're distracted. Yeah, push! Push them out! Also, this entire group, let's assign you here, and then you're all going to be using maximum supply trucking. We don't have enough trains for maximum supply trucking, that's fine. I wish I could white peace with the US. I don't really want to fight them. If I could white peace them, I would. Okay, they're out of supply anyways. They're gonna mostly die at some point. God, they have so much defense even though they're running out of guns very quickly. Let's do main 2 and upgrade our firearms. And I would also like to take our primary divisions and probably give them... I guess, could we just do 21 width divisions? Is 21 width the correct width that people do nowadays, or is it much smaller? I don't know. What is the hot thing that people are into? 21 might be a little much. What if I drop it down to 18, but I slap an engineering and a maintenance company? I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then I'm just gonna turn all these infantry divisions into that exact division, which is our 39A. Eats up more items, but that's fine. We'll make all the items we need eventually, hopefully, maybe. I should have enough metal now. But I definitely gotta take this back. Oh, they took the port! I didn't realize they took the port. Uh-oh. That's not good. I didn't realize they took the port. When did this happen? Can I reload? Like, I want to reload back to the beginning of the... We cannot lose that port. If I lose that port, I can't. I'm not taking that back. We do not have the firepower to knock out the Americans. We're really good on the defense. We're less good on the offense. Okay, so why don't we just not attack and we just hold? Okay, second of all, why don't we go over to... Can I offer a white peace? We're only allowed to do a conditional surrender. I would prefer to just have a white peace, but I can understand if they don't want to white peace us. They don't like us, that's fine. We'll just be stuck in a stalemate in South America. And then over in the Philippines, as long as we hold, that's fine. As long as, like, they're gonna just keep burning their guns against me, it's not a big deal. Okay, so we're gonna switch all these to Division 39A. And then I'm also going to plug in, get rid of this artillery, plug in NGs and mate companies, and then we just wait until they all get filled in, which is gonna take a while because that's a lot of support equipment. Basically, we don't have enough shovels. Do maintenance too again. All right. You like HOI4? You like your map games? What was I talking about earlier? XCOM related things. I still think XCOM. A lot of people hated Chimera Squad. I really liked Chimera Squad. I'm like the exact opposite opinion. I can see why people hated it, because it was such a huge departure from the new XCOM formula. But honestly, I thought it was a very interesting way of approaching the game with, you know, interwoven turns. And it's not like you were without information. The game literally told you, here's exactly who's attacking next, so you can react to it, right? I think that's a lot better than the whole, you know, you have to alpha strike and kill the enemy on one turn, or else they're going to turn around and you have such a high risk of losing a lot of your troops. And you still had the alpha strike mechanic by essentially doing the breach and clear. Yeah, like I said, I think Chimera Squad was fantastic, but that's just me. The only thing I didn't like about Chimera Squad was the fact that you weren't playing a, you know, nameless squad of your own custom soldiers. You were playing predefined characters with personalities and motivations and whatnot. I think that's what a lot of people were kind of hung up on, and that's what made it so different. There was like a lot of that lethality was gone, but they were trying new systems out, which I thought was perfectly fine and reasonable. Yes, Ray, are you still watching videos about your Ain Thor? Is that what you've been doing? Hello, Kahila, not lingering, but I want to say hi. Hope streaming's going well. It's going pretty well, Kahila. How are you doing, comrade? Hope you're having a good evening and you're not suffering too much. Yeah. Welcome to our wonderful Hearts of Iron 4 adventure. The personalities were a little rough, I do agree. Like, wasn't the snake like some kind of valley girl type thing? I remember that was a thing. And people were like, so, like, this is so strange, I don't get it. You had some good Hex cheesecake? What kind of cheesecake? What kind of cheesecake are we talking about? I don't know if it felt bad, but if you can elaborate why you thought it felt bad, I would totally understand. The entire snake sounding human. Mutton. Oh, the muton. That too. Kahila ate some cheesecake. I'm reading the red chat. Strawberry jam cheesecakes is normal. Is that normal? I actually don't like fruit on my cakes that much, so I'm much more of a just plain cheesecake person. Maybe I'm strange for that. Oh, right, we should probably grab some of these. Let's grab... Oh, my infantry specialist got kicked out, I think. Oh, because he's only around if we're at peace with the US, and we're no longer at peace with the US, so he's gonzo. In that case, all these options kind of suck. Unless I promote someone... Oh, God. Requires skill level at least 4 to become an advisor and become infantry leader. Okay, that's not ideal. Okay, that's unfortunate. I think this war might just be stalemated, honestly. I don't think this is gonna get anywhere, but we'll see how far it can go. We'll try. MacArthur? We don't have access to MacArthur because he belongs to the Americans, and we are very much anti-American right now, as you might have noticed, considering we're at war with them. So our options are limited. Pretty difficult to get just plain cheesecake at most places. I mean, if you ever been to a cheesecake factory, that place is magical. You know, I was really surprised to find out that Canada only has one cheesecake factory. And apparently it's considered a special treat to go to a cheesecake factory in Canada because there's only one, and it's in Toronto of all places. Oh, you don't know what a cheesecake factory is? All right, let me explain a bit of Americanisms to you. Okay, so there's a restaurant chain in the United States that you will find at most American malls. It is called Cheesecake Factory. It is known for having an incredibly large menu that you wonder how the cooks can memorize the menu, which is like some 300 different items. It's actually insane, right? They will serve everything from like Indian food to American food to Asian food, and I say Asian as in a generic Asian, not as in like a specific Chinese or Japanese or Korean type meal. Okay, it is actually crazy. And the prices are, I mean, it's like a mid-tier American restaurant. See if I can find a copy of their menu. So you can just gawk at this thing. Let's see if I can find a good image. Just go to their website. Hold on. Well, let me show you. I'm not saying you should eat at a Cheesecake Factory, but just look at the cacophony of cuisines that are here. Okay. So you have everything from spicy jambalaya arancini, which is an Italian dish mixed with a what is jambalaya? Like a Creole dish. You've got barbecue pork belly buns, like chashu buns, next to chicken and biscuits, next to chicken katsu bowls, next to Peruvian chicken and teriyaki salmon and ahi tuna poke, next to a bunch of different salads of various types, which is also next to, what else we got here? Sliders, like your appetizers are anything from, you know, what is this? Sliders next, or pot stickers, or you can have a quesadilla, or even egg rolls, or spicy tuna. Like, it's just such a huge, like, the menu's not even done yet. Like, just, it's still going, by the way. You got, like, a bajillion burgers. You've got all the different sandwiches you could want. You've got a ton of salads. You got your lunch menu, and then look at the specialties. Like, hold on, this is the best part. You got green chili, so Thai. You got Korean fried chicken. Okay, so basically chicken chunks in a Korean sauce. You got that next to chicken parmesan pizza, which is next to a shepherd's pie, which is next to a meatloaf. Next to your classics like fettuccine alfredo and pasta carbonara, and then fish and chips and gumbo. It's basically like it's a huge variety of like random American and American adjacent cuisines that they've just kind of thrown into a single restaurant menu. I'm not gonna lie, they actually have a dish that I really enjoy that I don't go to Cheesecake Factory very often, but they have a jambalaya that I really like a jambalaya pasta. I don't eat it very much because that thing is like 2,000 calories for like the single serving, but boy, it's really good. I don't know if they have it anymore. Maybe they got rid of it. I think they got rid of it. I don't see it anymore. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then obviously they have cheesecakes because look, yeah, or like original, the peach ones. They have all the different ones. You wanted chicken waffle, but they didn't have it at the place you went to at the IRL Bestie. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta try getting chicken and waffles. Like, look at how many cheesecake flavors you have. There's so many. It's still going, by the way. There we go. It ended. There's so many choices. Like, this is a desserts paradise if you really love desserts. And obviously, like I said, their entire gimmick is that their menu is just titanic, and that's why people love it. I guess they got rid of that dish I really like. That sucks. Why even bother going here anymore? They have like they had a jambalaya that was so good. It's like the one thing like I would get when I was here, but I guess it was too much to make. I need to look it up now if they actually got rid of it completely. Your choice of chicken, you get this very comfy food. Chicken's a very comfy food, especially if you fry the chicken. Oh, fried chicken is just fantastic. Oh, so we can declare on the... Oh, shoot. Yeah, we can declare on the Indonesians if we really wanted to. But I don't think our army's ready for it. And I think if we declare, they'll probably have the Americans join them. So maybe we don't want to do that. We do have until... We have 2 months to declare. Is it worth declaring? They'll probably just join the US, right? If I declare, let's see. What's my cheesecake of choice? My cheesecake of choice, honestly, is probably... Well, one, it's not a cheesecake. If there's a tiramisu on the menu, I will take a tiramisu. But if I had to pick one off of the Cheesecake Factory menu... oh my god, there's so many. Let's see. I don't really like whipped cream. If I had to pick an actual cheesecake, honestly, I'd probably go for this Reese's peanut butter one or an original cheesecake. I really like original cheesecakes. Like, they're just, it's a very simple, clean flavor that I just find appealing and delicious. Alright, if I declare, will they cozy up with the US? they have not, which means I might have the opportunity to try naval invading them if I can get my navy over there to maintain control over the area. Let's merge these 3 fleets together and see if we can control this section of the sea. If we have enough oil for this, by the way. Anyways, let me read your thing, Flaming. I'm sorry, I meant to read your thing earlier. The game was too easy after a point. Alternate turns sucked. Characters required frag grenades and detonated enemy thrown. Sorry, was slapped in the face. XCOM organization you played. Train couldn't be exploded, otherwise destroyed, deformed. Those issues ruined Mirror Squad. Also, when you guys would have bled out on some campaign, but everyone else wins. So if it counts full missions, success with some interest. Oh, I know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah. So, like I said, people basically complained like there was like no lethality in Chimera Squad, and obviously the story was kind of rough, and because it was mostly there as a test for, do these systems work and do people find these systems enjoyable? That's really how you have to think about it. That's how I think about it, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, we got the Spanish refugees. Let's go get reconciliation with Spain. Let's become one with Spain. More mills here. I don't know how we're gonna do this run. Like, this run is just stalled out. They're trying to attack us, but they just kind of keep getting beat back. They're running out of weapons, I guess. I think our navy got kicked out of here. Or not. I have no idea what's happening. Ethiopia joins the Japanese sphere of influence. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so there is a faction called the Japanese sphere. And, wait. The Rome Protocols. Oh, the Ethiopian Empire doesn't exist anymore. That's right. They're basically demolished. Hi, Garm. Have a good rest, Garm. The mutants. Oh, the other thing, too. I remember, like, they made the mutants have normal direction mouths. Because in the earlier XCOM games, mutants had a vertical mouth, right? And then, I guess to make it less weird, they made the mutants have horizontal mouths like a normal humanoid creature. And people were very confused by that, and they didn't like it, and it disturbed them, and they were not happy. The end. I remember that much. I have not been checking on LATAM. What's happening in LATAM? The US is doing a pretty good job of invading, which is not ideal for us. I think our allies might have been losing. Can we just run in here and take the railroads? Can we just run up to Caracas? Could we just completely choke them out? Maybe we could. I'm kind of curious if that's a thing. We might actually be able to just run over there and just take the port. If they don't have the port, what are they gonna do? Okay, we can't take the port. I think we might have gotten stalled there, but I think that alleviates a lot of pressure, and we can just kind of backfill in there. This is such a weird run. These portraits giving you MMO orcs designs. What do you mean MMO orcs designs? They're just very normal anime girl portraits. What's wrong with anime girl portraits? I need like another... Oh, here we go. Here's our naval invasion force, by the way. We're going to order them to invade from Zambonga to the port of... whatever this one is. Tarakan, and we'll see how well this pans out. We need to have... we need 50 days to get ready for this invasion and hope that we'll be okay to go. Probably won't be, but we'll try. Also, we have to get jungle clothing. I'm not really sure if this is even relevant, but we'll try it. Also, we're at least trying to knock out the enemy boats, but the Chileans are pretty dug in there. And then, like I said, I think you're fine to have your opinion on the game. I personally disagree. I thought the game was perfectly fine, and I enjoyed playing it, but I also understand that it's not for everyone. Yeah, it's just, listen, not every leader portrait was swapped for an anime girl, so that's why some of them are not anime girls. That's basically the simple gist of it. Alright, we got kicked out, but we did kind of consolidate the front, which is fine. I don't know what's happening over here, but I think our allies are kind of not succeeding in holding back the enemy. I think this run might be a bit washed. Yeah, this run's a little cursed. Can we kick them out now? If I just attack, could I just completely kick them out? Probably, right? Because they're mostly dead at this point. Well, at least we can say we killed a bunch of American fleet here, invaders. There we go. That's fine.
Attention.
Now let's assign a leader here. This will be led by... let's give it to this guy, Fidel Segundo. And then basically what's going to happen is as soon as we manage to take a port, we're just going to send these 3 units in. They'll take the land, and then we'll just spread out and try to take over more of this territory. So, maybe if we just take Balikpan, it'll be enough to defeat them, but I'm not sure. This invasion will take another couple days to prepare, so we'll eagerly anticipate that. I need to find a way to get a little bit more damage through. I think we're gonna do army focus here is fine. And let's see. I think we need better artillery. We just don't have as much better. We don't have as good weapons as they do. Can play one military camp more fleshed out in the airbase game. Let me know how that goes. What is the positive for going communist UK? They decolonized so much land just before World War. It feels like sneak capping the entirety of the UK. Can it be good? I don't know. It's probably for role-playing reasons. Here's the thing. HOI4, it is a World War II simulator and grand strategy game, but HOI4 is very much a alt history fanfic generator. Okay, so a lot of people love to ask, what if these things happen in history that would have altered the course of history in a significant manner, right? People like to ask, what if there was a second American Civil War? What if the UK went communist? What if, you know, what if, what's the Scuba's name again? Not him. Oh, he's gone. What if Puyi was mildly competent and actually reclaimed the mandate of heaven? What if the Soviet Union was reclaimed by the, you know, by the whites, the white Russians, which is like the imperialist faction, not the anti-communist faction? It's a lot of questions like that that I think why this game appeals to a lot of people, because they can try to live out that alt history fantasy. So even if communist UK doesn't make sense and why it's bad, because you lose out on all your colonists, communist UK is a thing that people kind of want to roleplay as and see how it would pan out given the historical constraints that were given to them at the time, like the historical constraints that the UK was under at the time. Here's the thing, the alt history paths are basically not meant to be close enough to reality. Like, a lot of times they take a very liberal interpretation of what could have happened and basically make it a thing in the game just so that there's content to play. Like, the biggest example is Puyi and Manchuria. There is zero, there is no reality where Puyi would ever have reclaimed the mandate of heaven and taken over the entirety of China and beaten back Japan from invading his country, right? But at the same time, the game literally has an achievement for you to do so. So it's not like it's oh shoot, I messed up. Sorry, I might need to reload. I wasn't paying attention. I may need to reload this. Yeah, we're gonna reload that real quick. So that's the way you think about it. It's an alt history fanfic generator, and a lot of people like that because they think like, what if this thing happened? Maybe we'd live in a different world than the one we actually live in. So, like, you know, alt history stuff. I love the Puyi defeats the Japanese alt history nonsense timeline, even though it makes zero sense from a historical standpoint, considering Puyi was a very spoiled brat who basically had no idea of how to manage a country, and he was basically a figurehead for the Japanese to lay claim to China. But there is also that little part of me that enjoys monarchism runs that says, what if Puyi manned up and learned everything he needed to become an actual competent leader and defeat the Japanese, even though we know that is basically never gonna happen, ever. Yeah, Ethiopia runs are like that too, because like Ethiopia basically got slapped hard by the Italians, right? So keep that in mind too. Okay, so we're gonna move them here, and then move all these guys here, move you here, delete this order, punch it here. By the way, we just don't have the attack power to defeat anything. I think our attack power is just like neutered by something. Anyways, let's take this land. Should be able to just run this over, hopefully. Can't even defeat them. That's disgusting. We can defeat the militias. Oh, we can't even beat the militias. Barely.
Listen up.
Okay, you go here is fine. I want to make sure we grab that land. Because we're already attacking here. The Philippines aren't really attacking us, that's fine. We're mostly gonna lose, I think, LATAM, I think. Yeah. LATAM's a bit of a disaster. So if we lose LATAM, I think we lose the Philippines too. But hey, at the very least, we can maybe claim Indonesia.
Almost, sir.
Just run over here to Balikpapan. Maybe if we can just get all these military boons, we might be okay. Yeah, we don't have a lot of the boons that I think a lot of the other countries get. EU4 and Victory have runs like that, famous in EU4 being Byzantium rising again and somehow beating the Ottomans and reclaiming Rome. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, people love that type of thing. Another big one, CK3. When people are like, what if... Well, CK3 is a little bit more silly in the sense that it's more of a RPG rather than an actual historical simulator. But people definitely love being like, what if Crusade's good and Crusades win all the time and Christianity defeats everything type runs. I'm not gonna lie, I've done those types of runs myself. I've definitely done stuff like that in my own when I've done my own runs.
Attention.
But again, hey, you know, it's all good fun, and that's what matters. If you're having fun, who cares? This is a single player game. Unless you're playing competitive HOI4, which is a thing, then I don't think it ultimately matters how you choose to engage with the game. I love my stupid alt history nonsense. I love it a lot. But I also understand not everyone enjoys the absurdity of it all. Also, if I sound like I'm dying, it's because I think I actually am dying. I might end stream early today, mostly because I'm running on fumes today. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. So, you know. Oh my goodness, are we actually gonna take over Indonesia? Stop dying. I can't. It keeps happening every single time. Also, we're being naval invaded again. We can't let this keep happening to us. They keep coming after me. You know what I forgot to do? I think I forgot to put... You know what makes it easier? Maybe if I had remembered to put, I don't know, forts on all the ports they might try attacking, we might be able to survive a little bit longer, but I keep forgetting to do this. Yeah, this might be important for the future. Let's do that. So I don't actually drink G Fuel. I don't drink any of those like weird nootropic beverages. For one, I can't be bothered. I don't want to spend like $30 on a tub of magic mystery powder that supposedly will make me, you know, focus hard on my video gaming. That seems a little much, right? Unnecessary, some would say. I remember one time I was like really into researching nootropics powder, and I'm like, I want to drink one of these things that will make my brain, like give me a brain blast, like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast, but all the time while I'm playing games. And then I realized this is probably a really stupid thing and I shouldn't do that. So, I never got into those. I never really consumed any of them. But there was a lot of them, I think. I think this is just over. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Our 5 divisions are holding Pagoda as long as they can, but how long will they survive? They can't hold Pagoda forever.
Attention.
This front's probably dead. Like, we've just been holding the line, but there's not much I can do about that. And then down here, they're even pushing harder. The Americans just have... The main problem with fighting America is that if you can't kill them by 39 or 40, they're gonna kill you. Because a giant American war machine will just wake up and then just slap you silly with their giant military industrial sized... you know what I'm talking about. They're really big, meaty armies. And so the fact that Argentina wasn't able to defeat them early enough, it's all over. I could surrender, but I don't know how conditional surrendering works, and I don't think they're willing to accept it. Yeah, I'm willing to conditionally surrender, but they don't want it. And they're like, nope, we must keep fighting. I've never seen that button do anything. I've never seen conditional surrender actually do anything in this game. That button is meaningless. You might as well tape over it. It's useless, I swear. Alright, anyways, let's just go smack Indonesia around. Maybe we'll take their land and all that jazz until the Philippines decides that they're gonna come over here, or Americans are gonna come by and be like, ah, your land? Our land. Should have just left, I should have just left them to die, honestly. And then I could have probably just merged with them at some point with the merging options, and it would have been perfectly okay. But now it's too late. Can I merge with the Spanish? Claim Spanish Empire as Hispanic territory. I could. It's not really a point. Okay. I want to at least take over Indonesia, and I can say at least I've accomplished something in this run. Can we accomplish that? Can I at least take over Indonesia? Please? Or at least parts of it? They're not really stopping me here, so we're just gonna snake around here and grab all those tiles. Wait, the French Commune capitulated. What happened? Hold on, let's take a look at the rest of the world out of curiosity. So, Germany defeated the French and the Poles, and I guess Hungary is at war with Germany. The Brits are kind of hanging out over there. Danes are existing. The Italians are at war with Germany also, it seems like. Oh, yeah, okay, so you want to see the conflict here? The Axis powers are fighting against the Rome Protocols. The Rome Protocols also include Ireland and Britain. And then you have the Fourth Internationale, because I guess the Kingdom of Sweden and the Kingdom of Norway have aligned themselves with the Union of Soviet Republics for some unholy reason. The Japanese sphere is just kind of chilling. And then obviously we have the Hispanic Coalition versus the North American Entente, which is basically just America. The rest of the countries don't matter. It's just America. Unfortunately, America's military is so comically large. Considering they have access to 3 million manpower and have about 100 divisions out in the field, we have not nearly that much. So if we were to try, we will probably lose. And that's why this run is mostly dead, because we're fighting against a country that has way more firepower than basically our entire alliance combined. So, you know, at least we can say we tried. Maybe you want to take this tile here so we can grab that real quick. Yeah, perfect. I want that to look nice and yellow when we're done. The other option would have been maybe pulling in like another faction, but I guess the Brits couldn't pull too much units over here because they're too busy trying to fend off Germany. Once again, the problems always start with Germany. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, that's fine. We tried to get some of them to convert to our joining us, that's fine. Then over here, just like a lot of conflict. This is gonna take an eternity to get through. Oh shoot, the Philippines. Okay, so the Americans have landed again. They're trying to defeat us again. Don't think it's gonna work as well as they think it does, because they have no ports here, so they will eventually starve to death. As our brave Filipinos, I'm sorry, we're not Filipinos, and we're Hispanics. Our brave Hispanic Empire soldiers will fight them back and starve them out and slowly kill them all. And then we'll get all their cool American guns. Because they keep attacking that one specific section for some reason, and it's not panning out too well for them. Let's go this way. Okay, I need to use the restroom again. I've been drinking a lot of, like, Gatorade. Let's let the game run at 1x speed. You can gaze right here as I run it at speed 2. And that should be fine. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen while I go do this, right? I hope so.
Opo, sir.
I have been muted for a whole 2 minutes as I was rambling on about why this engagement is really rough and how we're really gonna lose this war and how I can't really win unless I get Britain to join in, but I can't really send an attaché to them because they don't like me enough, because in this game every nation kind of self-sorts themselves into either democrat or democracies or fascism or communism, and the monarchism ones are the really rare ones, and most monarchist countries don't really want to be friends with you half the time. So unfortunate that that's how it be, but that's why we can't really succeed at doing much here. Also, we are starving here because we don't have the port. We have to basically run over here and like sneak grab that port. Go turn here, grab that port, and then we can get our supply back in.
Mga command!
Or they can push in here. Maybe they can win. Or I'm gonna see a lot of red. That's fine too.
Mga command!
Let's get these guys over here too. Maybe they can help participate. And let's just see how much I can get done. I think I will end stream a little early. I'm getting like super tired. I'm so sorry. The lack of caffeine is killing me. Lack of energy. It's just been a rough time. Alright, there we go. Now we have the port. Let's grab the 10-year training plan. And these guys are gonna land in here soon, and then I can have them just kind of take over some tiles. Just all we go here. And then this one's gonna land at Balikpan. And then I guess we can just try to find a way to break out that army group. They're not gonna starve to death, ideally. Come on. There we go. This entire island is like flipping colors like crazy. But as long as we can hold that port, I think that's what matters. Then we can take this tile. And then that should fix our supply issue here. Perfect. And then over here, we're gonna just order a little bit of push towards that port over there as well. So this entire army group here will starve to death because you might have noticed there's no port. They have nothing left. They will die. Send enough bullets, send enough bodies at them, and they will explode. I think. They should be out of supply, but we might also be out of supply.
Taking aim.
Yeah, this entire run. I think I'm just rusty at this game. Like, HOI4, you really gotta play this a lot more frequently, like really be semi-competent at this. How much do I have now? Well, LATAM is more or less lost. They're just kind of holding the line. But over here, we have most of the island of Kalimantan. Just slowly fighting for it. We're definitely not gonna get Sarawak over there because that's owned by the Dutch East Indies, and I don't want to fight them because if I do, I'd have to fight Germany. And I have zero interest in fighting Germany. There we go. Let's at least knock this army group out. I think that's probably most of their main army, so if you knock them out, you can probably get the rest of their islands without too much issue. There we go. And now we can just push up here. Take over their lands. The US has broken our ciphers, which means it's all ogre. Let's see what's happening over here. I don't even know. I don't think they're sending tanks. It's just that fact that they have planes also. Makes this really rough. Yeah. It's like a tumor slowly encroaching on our land. I have to find a way to kick the Brazilians out, but even with one division, they have 1,000 defense. Like, I'm not gonna fight off 1,000 defense with my army. Like, there's just no way I can dislodge them. That's actually insane. I don't know how the numbers in this game work anymore. This game's weird. What a strange game. Let's take this island. Just kick them out. Just run them over. Philippine runs are suffering. I should have just played an easier country. I should have just played Soviet Union. At least Soviet Union, I could have a big funny army and be like, see, look, big funny Soviet shenanigans happening here.
All in.
But maybe if I ever do HOI4 streams again in the future, we're just gonna play major powers. I don't think minor powers are terribly exciting. It's just rough, unless you are 100% sure you know what you're doing. And unfortunately, I think I just didn't know what I was doing. Let's see. You know what? I think I will say that we've made a decent dent into the sea region. Better than most, I would say. It's probably barely acceptable. Let's go stop here for now. I need to get some sleep. I'm gonna turn in early, I think. I know, I'm very sorry, but need rest. Let's go raid Hoplo, who's playing some Resident Evil Requiem, if you like that type of thing. Again, I'm very sorry that I'm not, one, I'm ending stream early, and two, I'm not streaming tomorrow. We'll be back next week. We'll do Star Sector next week, because I know a lot of people are, like, looking forward to Waifu Sector part, or the new Waifu Sector run. So, next week, and then I think we'll do one vote day next week, and then obviously we'll have all the funny Rimworld shenanigans. Alright, comrades, good night, enjoy your evening, and, I don't know, just don't die. Alright, good night, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you for joining on the HOI4 nonsense train.